Hey, what's going on YouTube? LMC here. Hey, Hall of Heroes, the Fire Barbaric King just came out a few hours ago. So I've been testing a lot of teams out, and I found the fastest, most reliable team for myself right here. It's Vertihil, Teor, Basalt, Briand, and Galleon. So I know this team isn't usable for a lot of people. I'll talk about some monsters you can substitute in here and monsters that are going to make this team a lot more survivable, but just decrease your speed here. So let's talk about that while we get this run going. We'll see just how fast this is. So yeah, this team's definitely not for everybody. Not everybody has Vertihil or especially Teor. Most people don't have Teor or Basalt or Galleon. I mean, there's no monster here that's completely farmable. But some people are going to have some of these monsters, and some of the other monsters um, that would be really good. Veramos, if you don't have Vertihil for a leader, Veramos is going to make your team much more survivable. He's got the hit points leader. He's the Dark Ifrit. Most people have been through these HoHs before, but some of you have not. So if I say something I've said in previous videos, just disregard that. Belladon. I think most people know that Belladon's a great 3-star farmable monster, and Belladon has the heals, the defense break. In this stage, though, I've found that trying with Belladon with a couple of attack type monsters, Belladon was dying quite a bit. So that's just a word of warning. Usually Belladon doesn't get targeted and killed so easily, but this Hall of Heroes, Belladon does take a lot of damage. So you need a lot of hit points on your Bella. It's not like you're going to be building monsters specifically for this. This is only a 3-day Hall of Heroes, so you either have the monsters or you don't. But Basalt seems to be working better for me than Belladon as far as keeping my team alive. A ton of people are already using Brienne. Great thing about Brienne is right here we're facing this mini boss, the Fire Monkey. Fire Monkey is attacking Brienne. Most people's Briennes are Despair, Energy, Despair, Endure, but they're hit point, hit point, hit point. It's maximum hit points. You want to make Brienne as difficult to kill as possible for PvP and for these PvP events. So Brienne's a perfect wind tank. So taking a wind tank would be a good idea for anybody who's doing this Hall of Heroes. You could take Wind Mammoth, Ramagas. He's the Wind Warbear. Wind Golem. There's a lot of tanks. You could take not Ariel. The Wind Archangel if you're lucky enough to have that. Galleon's definitely not a must for this team either. Galleon just speeds things up a little bit. Perna and Theomars are perfect substitutes for Teor, the Water Chimera here. So if you take the Fire Phoenix or the Water Ifrit, they're perfect damage dealer substitutes for Teor. Again, those two are single target attackers, so they're going to speed up your run. Teor's got strong single target attacks, so Galleon just died. This is where Brienne comes into play. And Brienne's perfect for the revive too, because evens out the hit points of the rest of your enemies. So usually these monsters are gonna pick on one of your guys, and take out one monster where the other ones are gonna still have quite a lot of hit points left. Anyways, Teor's got an AoE attack that has stun and freeze possibilities, so this is a fire dungeon. Water monsters are generally stronger for these types of fire dungeons. The main boss and the mini boss for this one are both fire, so that makes it perfect to take a water nuker and water squishy monsters because they're not going to get targeted by fire. All the other elements are going to get targeted before the one that's has the advantage. So yeah, Basalt. You can see Basalt. This defense increase for the whole team seems to work really well. So if you're lucky enough to have Basalt, definitely think about taking Basalt. And also that attack bar reduction is huge. I have pretty good runes on my Basalt. My Basalt's hit points, uh, speed, hit point, hit point. I made my Basalt mainly for Tower of Ascension, last rune removal day, but I do not see why defense, crit damage, defense would not work. anyways, Galleon, you can substitute a monster like Galleon. So let's see, what was that speed? 4 minutes, 20 seconds. You can substitute a monster like Galleon for another tanky monster. So if you have two healers, if you had Basalt or if you had Chaesoon and Bella, you could throw them both in this mix. Or if you took Theomars instead of Galleon, that's always going to add survivability to your team. Being able to cleanse the buffs that you get, as well as Theomars has a chance to stun. Not Theomars, Veramos. I always get those two mixed up. Veramos, anyways, is the Dark Ifrit. That's who I meant. But those are some tips. Hopefully this will help you guys increase your speed runs. And hopefully you'll be able to farm a lot of these Fire Barbaric Kings. One more note. Fire Barbaric King's only going on for 3 days. I know a huge update just came out. I just did a little tips and tricks video on the world boss. But the raids will be going on forever. So I encourage you guys, you never know when the Dark Barbaric King is going to be a super useful monster, especially with the new Rift of Worlds, the new raid bosses that are going to be released one after another here in the coming months. One of these Barbaric Kings might be the key to getting really far in one of those raids. So don't neglect it, at least get yourself one. And happy farming, everybody. LMC signing out for now.